Yes, sir. All right, here we go. I'm just waiting on notification. Okay, boom. And we are live. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to a very special edition of Off the Record on the People's Podcast this afternoon. We have an incredible guest with us this afternoon, one who's going to give us some amazing information as well as inspiration, and that is none other than our brother Beyah. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Well,
Yes, sir. This means a lot to myself, my family, and the viewing audience that you would take time out of your busy schedule to come have a conversation with us. The first question that we want to know, sir, is when did you first hear the teachings of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad?
Back in 1963.
Yes, sir. And what was it about the teachings that made you want to accept them?
Well, brother, he used to come by with the Muhammad Speaks newspaper and always pat me on the head, and said I was a curly head boy. And, my mother used to get the paper. So I just fell in love with the messenger's picture and his fez. I was like, wow, so that attracted me to the nation.
Praise be to Allah. Yes, sir. And how did your family and friends feel once you accepted the teachings?
Oh, they was really upset and angry because I was born a Moorish Muslim, and all my family, they were Moors. And Prophet Noble Drew Ali, he started the Moorish Zion Temple there, and my relatives was one of the first muftis to receive a black fez, which represents a mufti, which means protector of the mosque. And so they were upset about it.
Yes, sir. Okay. And what city did all of this take place in?
Chicago.
Okay, you're from Chicago. Okay, yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Born and raised. Yes, sir. Okay, great. Okay, so how did you go from coming in the nation to holding posts and doing security for the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad?
Oh, that came years later. I was in my 19, 20, from 19 years old all the way. I used to write him letters asking him, to be his honor guard. And so he told me to take the letter. He signed his name on it and told me to take the letter to our Supreme Captain, Raymond Sharif.
Okay, yes, sir. So, we're gonna stay right there. What was it like writing a letter to the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad? What was that like?
Oh, brother, when he wrote me back, brother, I was like, I was all butterflies in my stomach. I was so happy. And Brother Supreme, he said, well, why you want to be the messenger's honor guard? I said, so he can teach me how to rid the nation of all these hypocrites, And so he looked at me and he said, okay then, brother, see the Assistant Supreme Captain, which was Elijah Muhammad Jr., the messenger's son. And he was like really hard-nosed. And so, oh man, I would be called to go to the Holy Apostles' home for security purposes, and all the sisters that was coming over there, I would be at the door letting them in, and he had a little backyard in the back there, the little swing type thing in the back where he sit back there. He was just all the way beautiful, and he would drive by himself whenever he wanted to go wherever he wanted to go.
Okay, great. Yes, sir. And is there a way that you can put the camera back just a little bit, brother, so we can fully see your face? Okay, there, perfect, right there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, what was it like talking to the Supreme Captain Raymond Sharif. What was that like? Like, what did he say to you as far as the training? Like, did he say like how to hold post? Did y'all keep your arms like this? Was it like in front of you? Like what was that like?
Oh, we got brothers from the FY class, it wasn't like the Supreme Captain training us doing nothing. We got training from the FOI class, martial arts, all that, from FOI class. And he was like the top of the line in honor of doing anything. So all our training came from the captains and lieutenants, brother.
Yes, sir. That's amazing. Okay. Did you ever get to see Malcolm X?
I think that brother once. I was about 11 or 12 when he came through and made his pit stops at the Salon restaurant. That's the only time I seen him, like Minister Farrakhan. I had a brother-in-law, Brother Tiamo, that I got a job at the Salon, and the minister, he would come there and eat. And that's the same way I saw Brother Malcolm, but it was just seeing, because there's so many people around that brother, and so it wasn't no handshakes or nothing like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, what was it like working at the Salon restaurant, during that time period?
Oh, wow, brother. It was like an honor. I worked at the Chicago Lamb Packers as a butcher. Well, you got hot meat butchers and cold meat, but the hot meat butchers is when you get them off the truck and put them in that stick pen and get the sticking and put them in a cooler. So I did that because we had our own farms and everything, and the other at the restaurant, I would serve and do the dishwashing and everything. I did whatever needed to be did.
Yes, sir. Okay, great. And you were getting a lot of love on Facebook. Brother Lewis is saying, giving the prayer hands. Both of my sisters, Miriam and Naima, say assalamu alaikum. And thank everyone who sings. I can't wait to put this on YouTube. Everyone who sings a like, share, and subscribe. Okay, so when you saw the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, what was he wearing? Like what did he have a dress down? Did he have a suit on? Did he have a fez? Like what was he wearing?
Oh, when I saw him, he was like white shirt, suit, bow tie. He was always dressed and covered down, suited and booted. I never seen him in no casual nothing. You know what I mean? Even when he was driving by himself, he was always, well, yeah, I seen him one time with a suit on, but he had a straw hat broke down.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But he was always dressed, brother. He was a well-dressed man. I dress the way he do right to this day.
Praise be to Allah. Yes, sir. Now, when you seen the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad drive by himself, did that make you nervous as someone did security? Were you worried about it? Like, how did that work?
Well, I was over there at the Shabazz barbershop getting my hair cut, and I came out, and I looked up. I said, there go the messenger. I just threw up both hands, and he threw up both hands and kept going. So shoot, he would just do what he wanted to do.
That's amazing. Okay, great. We have a few more questions for you. But before we finish those questions, sir, I have a quick 60-second commercial break for all of the sponsors of the People's Podcast. This month, I want to thank everybody who continues to like, share, and subscribe to the People's Podcast. Hold on 1 second. Okay, boom. If you would like to be a sponsor or donor, please cash out the People's Podcast. Thank you very much. My brother Rashad, Street Premier Media Production. He has a 4K camera and a drone. He does television and film editing. Please reach out to him if you need any of those services. My sister Miriam, ABC I Love Me children's book and coloring book, both of which are available on Amazon. Please go get those books. My sister Naima, Stay on Point Dance Academy, LLC. She teaches ballet virtually to young girls all across the country and right here in the studios of Atlanta, Georgia. Please sign your daughters up. Rock Communications. If you're working on a book and you need copy editing, project management, content development, or media relations, please reach out to Rock Communications. Also, Fashion Guides, urban streetwear for young men and boys, 314-329-6009. Brother Kenneth, bow tie maker extraordinaire. He'll ship bow ties to you anywhere in the country. Please reach out to Brother Kenneth. Dr. Henry M. Carter, King Henry's Turkey Legs, right here in Atlanta, Georgia. Brother Rashad Muhammad out of Chicago, COVID-19 disinfecting cleaning services. My Father's Book, A Soldier in the Movement of Christ, AbdulSharif.com. And last but not least, my two books, Cleopatra, which is a children's book, and No Father, No Excuse, both of which are available on Amazon. Thank you all very much. Boom. Okay, yes, sir. Right back to our brother Beyah. All right, yes, sir. So now, being in that time period, was there ever a time that you faced fear? And if so, how did you overcome that fear?
Oh no, I never had a time during my time and following to the Honorable Elijah Muhammad that I have fear, because he taught us to fear no one but Allah and his messenger. So, brother, I would run into a bear, a cave full of bears, what they say with gasoline draws on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, great. And in your personal life, what has been the greatest trial and how have you overcome that trial?
You know, leaving the Moorish Sign Temple and trying to let them know that, you know, I love Allah, you know, and I was born and raised in Islam, and I'm not going against them. You know, we all, you know, I've tried to unite the Moors and the Muslims all my life, you know, and I knew the messenger was the messenger. You know, I just, that's the only thing I had, you know, to say. I just wanted that.
Yes, sir. Okay, great. Yes, sir. Now, what about the greatest joy in your life?
Oh, wow. You know, being the messenger's honor guard and being there at the palace and, you know, meeting his wives and, you know, his grandchildren and everything. And I talked to one of his grandchildren right today, Sister Halima Muhammad, Sister Ray Aladi Muhammad's daughter, you know, and well, I was in love with her for like forever and ever, you know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh boy. So yeah, she is, boy, I tell you. But that was my greatest joy, you know, to see them sisters, you know, coming through, you know, and everything. However, you know, it was two sisters. And
your camera went off, Brother Beyah. Your camera went off. Okay, yes, sir. We're waiting on Brother Beyah's camera. Thank everybody in the comments. Shout out to Brother Lewis. Thank everybody who's watching. Okay. Okay, yes, sir.
Okay, he getting me back online.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It was two sisters in the nation that I was totally falling over my bootstraps over, and that was Sister Gladys Bastan and Sister Halima Muhammad. And boy, and Sister Gladys Bastan, right? She worked at Muhammad Speak. She was one of the secretaries. And I was working there at Muhammad Speaks, you know, as a pressman, web offset pressman, and printed the Muhammad Speaks newspaper. And wow, man, I remember when the messenger came there, he's come through, he's just come there, you know. Him, Brother Supreme and Brother Warren, the brother named Brother Warren X, he was like the Supreme Captain's honor guard. And that brother was a big old brother, you know. And and our foreman was Jerry 7X, you know. he wanted to, he talking about, I was the Holy Apostle. How can I be your honor guard? You know, and because he knew I was the messenger honor guard, right? So then the messenger said, when you can do this, he jumped up and did a flying snap kick, kicked them big old factory swinging doors open. I was like shocked because I didn't know myself, but he sure did that, boy. And I was like, wow. You know, in other words, like, I ain't guarding you. I ain't doing nothing. You already know your stuff. You already know yours, you know.
Yes, sir.
So that was a beautiful surprise.
Beautiful. Praise be to Allah. Yes, sir. And do you keep up with anybody from that time period outside of the sister? Do you keep to anybody that you all of those years back? Are y'all still connected?
Oh, absolutely. Brother, his name was Brother Allen 3X. However, he got a holy name and he's in Kansas City under the minister at this time. Brother Kareem Kashmir. Anyway, we worked at Muhammad Speaks together. We go back over 50 years, me and that brother. That brother there, he just that's a rock of Gibraltar.
Beautiful. Praise be to Allah. Yes, sir. Okay, great. What do you do for fun now, sir?
Well, my fun, you know, is martial science. You know, I like throwing shurikens and, you know, knives and blow darts, you know, with those long needles, you know, sir. And I go out on the inside range, you know, I shoot through the same hole.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I'm out here in Arizona, right? And yes, I went to the range with some brothers, and man, you know, I got the little old target. I said, I'm taking that back when I go back home in March, you know. I said, yes, I'm bragging on that. I got about seven rounds through the same hole. I'm good. You know?
Yes, sir. So yes, sir.
I know how to take the gun from the devil and give it back to him empty.
Allahu Akbar. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Beautiful. What type of music do you listen to, Brother Beyah?
Oh, I like, you know, rhythm and blues, and I like jazz. You know, I used to play a tenor sax. However, not like my oldest brother. He plays a trumpet. You know, he's an archaeologist and anthropologist. He deals in pre-Columbian and African art, and he speaks about 7 different languages fluently. So I just tried to learn a little bit of Arabic and stopped doing that and got rusty. However, I'm going to get back into my Arabic. However, you know, that's what you know, my little pastime. That's what I would like to do.
Praise be to Allah. Yes, sir. And what do you want your legacy to be, Brother Beyah?
Well, I haven't even thought on nothing like that. You know, after losing my wife so suddenly and drastically, I just want to be remembered as a brother that loved Islam and, you know, didn't quit his post until death properly relieved me, you know, and that's all.
Beautiful. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, great. Well, I want to thank you very much, Brother Beyah, for taking time out of your busy schedule to come on the People's Podcast. I look forward to putting this on YouTube. May Allah continue to bless you and your family, sir. And shout out to Brother Dwayne for being the plug. Thank you all very much. This is Joshua Leonard Muhammad signing off with the People's Podcast. Assalamu alaikum, sir.
Wa alaikum.